looking back on all the cars I've encountered, not just in my professional career, but in my life, I can't think of a single Toyota that's that quote-unquote bad one. And I'm talking about even going back to the 1960s. Pretty much everything Toyota's ever done has always been best in category. That's just how they are, especially as it pertains to trucks. They make the very longest lasting, most highest resale value, most off-road capable, most everything trucks that money can buy, going all the way back to the 1970s. So in the early 2000s, when they decide, you know what, we want to make the most capable four-wheel drive of anything that we've ever offered, well, it's kind of a roll your eyes moment, because they already make cars like the Tacoma, the 4Runner, the Land Cruiser. These are all not just best in category for off-road, they're like way best in category for off-road, especially when you get the off-road type packages that are available at the least on the Tacoma and the 4Runner. So to make something that's more off-road durable than that seems pretty far-fetched, and to still make it roadworthy, but this is the fruits of that objective, the 2007 FJCruiser, and it really is awfully nice off-road. I think other than some of the real high-end Jeep Wranglers, it's probably the single best off-road vehicle that's available on the market today. And in looking at the highest end of the Wrangler set, you're looking at like 2012, 13 newer type of stuff to be better than this, and this is a 2007. Limited production, really cool look. It dates back to the FJ40 from the 1960s, and the FJ, that term FJ, actually is their internal code for the Land Cruiser going way back when. And the FJCruiser is its own diminutive-sized Land Cruiser of the modern age. Now, I'm going to pop the hood on this particular one. This particular 2007 is in awfully nice condition. The 99,000 miles, and like a lot of FJCruisers, like a lot of Toyotas, 99,000 miles doesn't mean that much, but as nice as these tend to be with more miles on them, they're normally not this nice. This car is really, really exceptional. The other thing is, after 2014, they discontinued FJCruisers, and so a few of them kind of snuck their way into 2015, even as far as late spring 2015, but as of now, every single remaining new FJCruiser has been sold in the United States, and so there's an instant collector's market for these, and prices have gone up quite a bit very recently, and that tells us that prices are probably going to keep going up as collectors kind of keep their antennas up for the right pre-owned one. Now, if you're looking for the right pre-owned one, a great place to start is always looking at the VIN stickers and making sure that the original VIN stickers are affixed to every panel on the car. If it has a VIN sticker on the hood and on this fender, but not on this fender, then you know that fender was replaced. And if you're thinking about potential appreciability of this car, you're going to want a pure original one, not one that's been ridden hard and put away wet. The overall appearance of this particular car is fantastic. This one has a real nice chunky off-road tire. They have a double wishbone suspension in the front, so they actually steer like a car, and then a multi-link suspension in the back, so they're very, very capable as far as going off-road. They have great clearance, 9.6 inches. They sit up nice and tall, and they've got these cool swing-out doors in the back. In fact, they're tall enough and they're designed as such that they can actually go through water up to 27.5 inches stock. You don't even have to do anything to accomplish that. Space, I mean, they're fairly comfortable. The room in the front is great. I mean, it's kind of a throwback, dated appearance, especially this is a fully loaded one, and when you see one of these top-of-the-line ones, they have a compass right here on the dashboard, and it's kind of an antiquated looking feature. It's hard to imagine that this old kind of feature means top of the line, but that in fact is what this one is. And then some of the features that this one has: hand-free controls on the leather-wrapped steering wheel. This one has a rear differential lock, advanced track, subwoofer. We'll go over some of those features as well, parking sensors and what have you. But space-wise in the front, nice. Comfort, really nice. These yellow accents on the interior, it's a little bit drab of an interior. They kind of lighten it up a little bit, which is a nice touch. Jumping in back, now sometimes when a car is a little bit snugly proportioned, where you really feel it is in the back seat, but no, the back seat's all right. I'm pretty comfortable. I have a couple of inches to stretch out, and I'm 6 feet tall and 175 pounds, so if I'm fitting comfortably in here, most other people are going to be fitting comfortably in here. The one thing I don't like is getting out of the car. It's kind of a pain because there's no handle, so you're kind of pulling on the headrest to get out of the car, but it's really not that big of a deal. Jumping in back, full-size spare is on the outside. I don't know if the camera picks this up, but sometimes you see this oxidation on these wheels here, and you think, uh-oh, it's been from the East Coast. This is actually fairly typical of these wheels. You'll see some light surface oxidation here at the spokes. Really not that uncommon. Taking a look inside, the swing out door is a really nice touch. Sometimes these struts will get a little bit weird, but this one appears just fine. This trunk liner is a nice touch, and then it's got a hard floor right here. Fold down rear seat, so it's already really spacious back here. In fact, it's terrific space for a kind of a 2/3 size sport utility. But with the seats folded down, you have acres of space in here for accomplishing a lot of heavy lifting types of goals. Now, if you see this speaker box back here, it looks like something out of a 1970s discotheque. This is actually a factory subwoofer. So that's the top of the line stereo package. If you see that, it's not something that they bought for $99 at Car Toys and they chopped up all your wires and you got to worry about it. This is actually how it came from the factory. Also, it has a tow receiver on the back. This one's 4-wheel drive, but it doesn't matter if you get 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. They all tow exactly the same 5,000 pounds, which is actually quite a lot for 99% of people. Now this one has a really cool roof rack with nice roof rack attachments. It has the running boards on the side. It's nice. There's no other way to say it. All FJCruisers are nice. This particular one just happens to be really nice. At a price around $18,000, especially as hot as these are, especially as nice as this particular one is, this is probably a really good buy. I'm going to turn it on. It's not super hard to get into, even though it's a little bit taller. And so again, you have your 115 volts right here, rear differential lock, advanced track subwoofer, a lot of really cool features. Nice CD changer. It's got a great stereo, all your compass and what have you. This one again, 99,000 miles, but if you look at the seats, look great, the dashboard looks great. Obviously we have fairly mild weather as far as it pertains to a car here in Seattle. I know in other markets, sometimes in the deep south, you get that sun-baked feel where the interior just has a really difficult time holding up to the ravages of time. Obviously in the eastern United States, they put salt on the roads and what have you, and that really eats away at everything. You get it on your shoes, you get it in the car, it eats all over it, everything. Up here in Seattle, you just get a free car wash about 200 days of the year, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But this particular car, just a really, really neat car. We obviously always have a lot of FJCruisers coming and going, being a big, huge Toyota store that we are. Also being connected to Honda of Seattle, they take in a lot in our same building here as well. And if you have any questions about this FJCruiser, about any FJCruisers, or anything at all that we have going on here at Honda of Seattle or Toyota of Seattle, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. My name is Joe Tunney. I'm the pre-owned director of Honda of Seattle and Toyota of Seattle. You can reach me anytime at joet@hondaofseattle.com.